brothers and sisters, and we thank God that we continue to feed on His Word. Today, what I want to talk about is God's encouragement to Paul in Acts 18, verse 9. And God said to Paul in a vision, "Speak and be not silent, for I am there to protect you, and there are more of you than there are of them." What an encouragement! What an encouragement to us today, that the Lord is saying to us, speak. Speak with your lives. Speak with your mouths. Speak with your actions. Speak even in your thoughts. Speak and be not silent. As Christians today, the enemy has succeeded in silencing a lot of us. The enemy has succeeded in making us not talk because of the consequences, because of persecutions. But today I want to encourage us to speak. And as I said, we don't only speak with our mouths, but we speak with our actions, we speak with our lives, we speak in how we write, we speak in our attitude. And you know something? Our character must also speak. Because when that character matches our competence, matches our way of life, our values and everything, then we become credible as Christians. For a minute, I want to talk about somebody in the Bible who is very dear to me. She's the slave girl in 2 Kings chapter 5. She worked for Naaman the leper's wife. And Naaman, we all know, was a leper. And he was there doing his business, and the slave girl was serving her mistress. Why do you think when she said, "If my master had been in Israel, he would have been healed"? They listened. Because her life spoke. Her name wasn't mentioned. In 2 Kings 5:4, the master said, "Thus and thus said the slave girl from Israel." Her name wasn't important. For them, she was a slave girl. But she knew her identity. Wow. She knew who she was. In Ephesians 2:10, the Bible says that we are Christ's workmen. In Isaiah 43 and verse 10, we are Christ's witnesses. In Matthew 5:13 and 14, we are His salt and His light. We are citizens of heaven. In 2 Corinthians 5:20, we are ambassadors of Christ. In Ezekiel 3:17, we are Christ's watchmen. In Jeremiah 51:20, we are His weapons of His battle axe and weapons of war. My brothers and sisters, may we know our identity even as we walk. And when we know our identity, we walk as unto the Lord. The Bible tells us in 2 Timothy 2:15 that we should do our work as workers who are not ashamed of their work, workers who represent Christ. Colossians 3:23 says that when we walk, we should walk passionately as unto the Lord. When this slave girl did her work, the rest is history. Naaman received his healing. Did she like where she was? Most probably no. We don't know what she was in Israel, but in Syria she was a slave girl. Today you might not like where you find yourself. You might not like your situation. You might not like your circumstance. You might not like what you are going through. But if you are going through it God's way, I want you to know that there is purpose, there is a divine reason for why you are where you were. Think about Joseph. Joseph was in the pit and he ended in the palace. Think about Daniel. Think about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Think about Stephen. Think about Paul. God has a reason why you are going through what you are going through. 2 Corinthians 1:3 and 4 says that when we go through by His grace, then He in turn uses us to be a blessing to others. We'll take them through with the same grace that God took us. I love David. Even though David walked his journey at one time, not pleasing God, with his affair with Bathsheba and the murder of Uriah. We see here that he repented, and he said in Psalm 51, "Then will I teach transgressors thy ways, and sinners shall be converted unto thee." Brothers and sisters, may God allow us to speak in the classroom, speak at home, speak in society, speak in the marketplace, speak, and not be silent, that the world will know who our Jesus is, because we represent Him. Maybe you think you've messed up. Well, God is calling us to a place of new beginnings. In Isaiah 43:18 and 19, the Bible says, "Don't cling to things of the past. After all, when God forgave you, He remembers your sin no more." Don't hold yourself to that, but allow God to show Himself strong in your life. I pray that today will be a new beginning for all of us, even as we continue this journey, even as we continue living our lives for Jesus. May we speak the Jesus language and be not ashamed. God bless you.